Alright, yo, welcome to the Lavish East podcast where we can talk about anything, but we love to talk about how we get to a bag. It is your host, A-Rod, and I got...
The one, the only Kid ONYX live in the flesh, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir. Alright, man, we're going to jump straight into it.
Okay.
Do you work a 9 to 5?
I love how you just said that question over no context. You try to make me look like a bum for real.
Nah, you know, the people got to know.
9 to 5, okay. So, answer that question, no, I do not work a 9 to 5. I am happily unemployed. Ever since the day I started working, I knew I didn't want to work. So, I just did 9 years in the military. Every day I went to work, I had it in my mind. I was like, I want to get myself to a place where I don't have to physically go someplace to put in that time so I can have my free time to myself. 9 years later, I did it. So right now I'm at a place where a 9 to 5 is optional, and I'm opting out at the moment. So.
Good. I like that. That's what I like to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Getting that check without moving a muscle. All right. What do you do? Well, what do you do? If you don't go to work, what do you do?
All right. So I'm assuming you're asking like how I bring in income.
Yeah.
So like I said, I did 10 years in the military. So with that, you're gonna get bumps and bruises along the way. Went through the whole VA process. I get disability checks from the military for just basically being fucked up. But anyways, that aside, I also got my hands into real estate. I have one duplex in Arizona. I have another single family in Washington, and I just sold the first duplex I ever bought, I think last year or something like that. Aside from that, I got stocks that I'm dabbling in. I'll sell options, so I have income coming from that. Aside from that, I'm trying to get into this I'm trying to get into the social media thing. I want to build that up. Like right now, I'm starting from ground zero, but I want to build that up to where it's another stream of income.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, I'm building nice.
It's the Lavish East podcast. You know what I'm saying? How important, what does financial literacy mean to you?
Financial literacy, man, it's just basically being smart with your money, understanding the decisions that you make and how what you do with your money will impact your future. So I would say financial literacy is understanding the impact of how you're spending your money, basically.
Okay, and the next question is basically like, what is it? Like, how important is it? How important is financial discipline?
Financial discipline, I mean, that shit is critical. Like, assuming you have aspirations to make money or have a lot of money, you need to be able to have the discipline to do the things that people with money do, if that makes sense. Because if you do shit that poor people do, you're going to have the same outcome, which is being poor. So discipline is paramount if you're trying to, be somebody, make some money.
Correct. Okay. All right. Is it true that people who really have money can be very frugal?
People with money can be very frugal. Okay, so the thing with that, I'm gonna break it down like this. So, say you have somebody that starts like everybody else. They have a 9 to 5, and they start working towards financial freedom. So they build something that puts money back into their pockets. Once you do something like that, once you get your first check that you didn't have to wake up, show up, clock in, clock out for, you get addicted to that feeling. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times, the more money that person makes, the more they just want to spend it on whatever it was that brought that money in.
It's like an addiction.
Yes, it becomes an addiction. So a lot of times what you'll see, it's not people just trying to be frugal just for the sake of being frugal, but they would rather spend their money on another business venture, or like for me, it would be real estate. I'd rather spend my money on real estate than buying like expensive ass necklace or a watch. Like I could put that money into something that's making more money. So from the outside looking in, that might look frugal, but really rich people. I'm not there yet.
Correct.
But people like that, of that mindset, they'd rather spend their money on things that's making money versus just buying random shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, makes a lot of sense. What books would you recommend to someone who wants to be a boss?
All right, off rip, I got 3 that comes to mind. The first one, absolute must, is Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's gonna get you thinking the right way about money, the right way about like how you spend money and like what you do with your money, basically. Second, it's a book called The Secret. I forget who wrote it. I don't know authors, but I just know the titles. The Secret. So I'm a big believer in like thoughts become things. Like you can really shape your entire situation by the way that you think. Like a lot of people don't believe that shit. That shit is real, like real life game.
The power of the tongue.
The power, exactly. And the book The Secret, that'll break it down for you, make you understand how powerful your mind really is. And third, it's a bit of a read. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little nerdy, but it's a book by Napoleon Hill. I know that out there. It's called Think and Grow Rich. It's a systematic, step-by-step how-to guide on how to build your wealth. Like one of the best books I've ever read, most influential.
Okay, so Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Secret,
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, by Napoleon Hill. Yeah, I bet. All right. Okay. We're gonna get into something I like to call the blank game.
Okay, what's the blank game?
Blank game is, whatever I ask a question and you basically end it how your answer would be to the question.
Okay, like fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So, first question is, she cannot be my girl unless she is
a hustler. Like she has to be working towards something, has something that she's building, or help me build what I'm building. But either way, you gotta be ambitious, whether we're doing it together or we're doing 2 separate things. Like you just have to be like
about
that type of person about something there. If you want some, take care of me, I'm pretty, like move around. I'm good. Like I need somebody that's gonna build.
Yes, sir. All right. Now I think I already know the answer to this question, but just in case. The question is, I cannot buy it unless it.
I cannot buy it. My knee-jerk reaction is to say unless it makes money, but that don't really like apply to everything.
Gotcha.
I would say I can't buy it unless it's quality, because I don't like buying cheap stuff to where I might have to buy it again like tomorrow type shit. Like, I'd rather buy something quality that's gonna last.
Might as well spend it, buy it one time.
Yeah, I'll buy it once and then I have it.
If you are gonna indulge in, something that's for, one of your hobbies, something that wouldn't necessarily make you money.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
It just gotta last.
Correct. Gotcha. All right. What gets me excited nowadays is.
Honestly, the thing that gets me the most excited is the goals that I set for myself. Especially when if you got easy goals, like that's nothing to get excited about, but I got certain goals. Like I want to be monetized on YouTube. Right now I have no followers. Well, I think you my only subscriber. Appreciate you for that.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you for that. But yeah, I got 1 subscriber, and I'm trying to be monetized on YouTube in like 3 or 4 months. That's a goal I set for myself. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do that.
We gonna get there.
I just know me. I know my mindset. I know how I know I'm gonna get there. That path, that bridge between here and there, that's what gets me excited. Like I wake up and I can't wait to like get after it to bring forth that vision that I have for myself.
Yes, sir. Feed that hunger.
Yeah.
All right. And the final question is, in the next 5 years, I would like to be.
The next 5 years, I think that plays into like the thing that I'm trying to do now, which is like get into social media. I want to be like, one of my biggest hobbies is cars and bikes. I want to be like an authority on cars and motorcycles. Like I want to have a social media following that be like, okay, that's the guy that he gives us content about motorcycles and bikes. And you seen Tall Guy car reviews? You ever heard of that?
No.
Okay.
Really do.
He's a dude that like kind of inspired me to really get into this shit. He was like real heavy vlogger. He was into the car scene and he made buku money.
Yeah.
It's one of my inspirations.
Well, basically just off of things that he loved to do.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what I want to do in the next
Getting paid to be yourself, an influencer. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Now, certified lover boy or for all the dogs. And now, for all the dogs just came out, but I want your opinion so far. Which body of work you picking and why?
Certified lover boy, all the dogs. Okay, so like you said, all the dogs just came out, but I gave it a listen. If I had to pick like a whole body of work, I would probably say Certified Lover Boy. It just got more bangers that I would probably have on repeat if I was playing like the whole thing over and over. But if I had to pick a track, that one song with Drake and J. Cole, what's it? First Person Shooter.
Yeah.
That shit goes so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like that. If I could pick a song that's my favorite out of both projects, I'll pick that because I like bars.
Yeah.
That song had hella bars. Like I
A
still
lot
got
of
to
reasons to
replay.
run the track back.
I still got to replay and dig
Yeah.
through because I'm like I've listened to it like 4 times. I'm still sure there's some stuff I missed. So I'm fucking with that song heavy. But if I had to pick an entire project, I'd probably say Certified Lover Boy.
Gotcha. Yeah, for a first person shooter,
That shit is.
I think because they're addressing the whole big three stigma that people like fans have made over time, I would like for Kendrick to
Hop on like a remix or something?
yeah,
That shit would be so fucking cool.
Because if I'm not mistaken, all 3 of them never did something together.
Nah, actually.
Yeah, and that's like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I remember just sitting back thinking like, wait, hold on. This so-called big 3 never cooked nothing. Yeah. So if they can just pop out with something, that'd be
Oh my god.
yeah.
Bars galore. I can't do it. You
Yeah,
got me
all
excited.
the folks that like their conscious rap, that would be yes sir. But me personally, for all the dogs so far, I mean, this is, to me, I like to call this is like a different Drake that we're hearing.
Okay.
Because since her loss with 21, the collaboration album, that Jumbotron shit popping, that same type of flow and style he done just picked up. To me, a lot of songs on For All the Dogs is kind of that type of. This is yeah, you know what I'm saying. This is a different Drizzy. This is face tatted Drizzy. You know what I'm saying. This is. I feel like this is him having his fun, and I'm not mad at it. It's a hard take, but CLB, I kind of feel like that was like. I'm not gonna say like the last version of Drake of that Drizzy era, but he said he's taking a hiatus from music, and something should have told me something was up because he's been dropping pretty frequently. He doesn't do that, so
We'll see.
we will see. But yeah, man, that's gonna conclude it for this episode. Kid ONYX he's definitely a co-host. He definitely will be a reappearing co-host. So y'all definitely see more of him. We're gonna talk a lot of free game. We're gonna be dropping gems and yes, sir. Give me all the content y'all love. This is the Lavish Eats podcast.
We out. I ain't got nothing else to say.
We out.